Hello all, so we're going to take some time and go through the comprehension that I asked you to do on tremores from book 1, stage 12 of the Cambridge Latin course. So question 1 says, what was Caecilius doing at the beginning of the story and where was he? So you've got 2 marks for this one, so I would expect 1 mark for you to say that Caecilius was dining. Okay, if you put Caecilius was dining with Julius, that's still the same mark. Where was he is your next mark, okay, and you would need to put that he was in Julius's house, or Julius's splendid house near Nuceria. So, number 2 then, why was Julius worried? So, Julius says, I'm worried. He was walking in the garden, he was reading a book, suddenly the ground shook greatly, or the ground shook a lot. Okay, so for question 2, your mark would be Julius was worried because the ground shook a lot, or because he felt tremors. Number 3, what was Caecilius doing when the tremors began in line 6? So we've got 1 mark for this one. Let's have a look at line 6, shall we? So, ego dictabam epistulas servo. So, I was dictating a letter to a slave. So that would be your mark for that one. Number 4, what did Caecilius say that he and Grumio had seen when they went into the garden? So we've got 1 mark for this one. When they went into the garden, let's see. So hortum, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for. So Grumio led him to the garden, and we saw a weird looking cloud, or a strange cloud. So your mark for that one would be they saw a strange cloud. What 2 things did Caecilius say he'd done next in lines 11 to 12? So after I saw the cloud, I called excuse me, I called my family to the lararium, or the shrine of the household gods. So that's one of them. And then we made a sacrifice to the lares, or to the household gods. So you would get 1 mark for saying he called his family to the lararium, and another mark for saying that they made a sacrifice to the lares, or to the household gods, or the shrine of the household gods. So, why did Julius think that Caecilius and his household were fortissimi in line 13? So, he says fortissimi on line 13. Let's have a look. So this is one of those more inference-y questions here, because all he does is he says, you felt the tremors, you saw the cloud, however, you weren't terrified. So, essentially, what he's saying is, I think that you were very brave because you were not terrified. Okay, it could also be that because we've got 3 marks here, we're going to be wanting at least 1 more suggestion. So something along the lines of that Caecilius immediately went to the shrine of the household gods, and that he called the rest of his family to make a sacrifice to the household gods rather than being afraid. So why was Caecilius so sure that his lares would look after his household in lines 17 to 19? So he says, we weren't afraid because we trust the household gods. So I would say that is probably 1 mark that you could have straight away, is him saying that he trusts the household gods, or he and his family trust the household gods. In addition to that, because we've got 3 marks available, we need to be having a look at what else he has said here. So we've also got Sorry, I cannot stop yawning. I'm not sleeping very well at the moment. He said that basically the last time that the ground shook and the walls and the uh, and the houses were destroyed, um, the Lares protected the Lares saved them. So where our wererunt, he saved them. So that's why he's not worried. That's why he is so sure that his Lares would look after the household, because they have previously looked after the household. So, number 8, subito servus triclinium intravit, here in line 20. What news did he bring? So this is just a quote here, but we've got 3 marks, so we need to figure out what news this servus has brought. So, Clemens is in the atrium. There's 1. Clemens has come from the city. There's 2. And he's looking for Caecilius. There's 3 marks. So what was Caecilius's reaction to the news, and why did he react in this way? So, Caecilius's reaction to the news, for one thing, for 1 mark, is that he doesn't understand, because he sent Clemens to the farm. So because he's sent Clemens to the farm, for 1 mark, he doesn't understand why Clemens is here, for your 2nd mark. And then finally, the last 3 lines of the story. Why do you think Clemens has come? So, the slave led Clemens into the dining room. Why have you come back from the farm? Why have you come to this house? Asked Caecilius. Clemens told the whole story to the master and to Julius. So, why do you think Clemens has come then? This is something that you need to infer for yourself. So there's 2 marks available. So one of the things that you might infer is that something may have happened to someone else in the family. Another thing could be that something has happened to the house. It could be, basically, we're looking for 2 marks along the lines of why you think Caecilius's slave would come looking for Caecilius in this particular situation. Okay, so hopefully you are enjoying the story so far, and we are going to continue looking at the story of the destruction of Pompeii later on this lesson.